All right, ladies and gentlemen, how are you guys doing today on this Thursday, March the 25th, 2021? Thank you for joining me here tonight for another metallic episode of Music of Destruction, bringing you the best in metal-related content right here on YouTube. If you missed anything in the past week, click that eye in the upper right corner, get caught up on all my latest videos. I would sincerely appreciate it. If you have any suggestions for reviews, album rankings, top 15s, make suggestions in the comments section down below, or Metal Album Warfares, of course. And please remember to subscribe so you don't miss anything, but do not request slam, deathcore, metalcore, or modern tech death. I don't enjoy those genres. If you do, hey, that's cool, man, but I do not. Please remember to hit that subscribe button, turn on the bell, so you don't miss anything. You're looking at the hardest working metal channel on the platform. Nobody's going to give it to you passionate, raw, uncensored, unbridled, and unfiltered. I say what I think, and I mean what I fucking say, and that's why you keep coming back. So welcome to Top 15 Thursdays here on the channel once again, and tonight I am continuing on with ranking my top 15 metal bands from all over the world, and we are going to Belgium tonight, folks. Yes, that's right, a country where beer and metal go hand in hand. Now, with a really healthy metal scene of many different styles, Belgium has some really incredible heavyweights that will satisfy anybody's expectations with any band on this list. Alright, so let's just get into it, shall we? Coming in at number 15, we have Butcher with Beastial fucking War Machine, released in 2017 on Babylon Doom Cult Records. This is speed black metal, but it's in that old school vein, and it's really atmospheric, but also very speedy and thrashy. The difference between speed and thrash is speed is thrash without the political overtones, but it's the same framework. So yeah, this is a band that's got a lot of that thrash element, but it's also very atmospheric and dark and cold, and it's all about war, and it's very passionate. You can tell these guys are serious about what they're doing, so make sure you check out Butcher's Beastial fucking War Machine. Gets number 15. Coming in at number 14, Exoto with Carnival of Souls, released in 1994 on Tessa Records. This is a death thrash metal band, and these guys know how to do it right, bringing the passion, bringing that emotional complexity, but also bringing a lot of uniqueness to the framework of combining death and thrash metal. They got that old school death metal sound, but they also have the complexity of the thrash, and they got those melodic groove oriented hooks in there, and they got some amazing lyricism and songwriting capabilities. This is an amazing band. Exoto, Carnival of Souls, gets number 14. Coming in at number 13, Chemical Breath with Fatal Exposure, released in 1992 on Crypto Records, another death thrash metal band in that old school vein that's got a lot of uniqueness, and they bring something very unique to the table with this album that I find, and I always know when I'm listening to Chemical Breath, because this album really set the benchmark for a lot of thrash and death metal that would come out of Belgium in the mid-90s. These guys knew what they were doing, and they have some amazing elements that make them unique, and they got some great lyricism, great topics, and they know why they're making metal. So yeah, Chemical Breath's Fatal Exposure gets number 13. Coming in at number 12, we have Beyond Black Void with Void Gaze, released in 2019 on Null Records. This is drone doom metal in the vein of Sun, and this band to me is extremely unique. It's very atmospheric, but it's a very slow burn, and if you don't like drone, this is not going to be your thing. I fucking love drone, and Beyond Black Void are one of those bands that will make you feel like you've completely left the stratosphere and catapulted into fucking space. This has those elements, and it's a very cosmic, atmospheric album, and will satisfy any drone freak's fucking palate. Number 12, Beyond Black Void with Void Gaze. Coming in at number 11, Svartheart with Emptiness Filling the Void, released in 2019 independently, doom death metal. And this stuff, very complex, very sorrowful, but also has enough of an upbeat tempo to be classified as death metal, though I would consider the death metal side of this band more in the vocal department than the instrumental department, because what we get here is a lot of slow, sorrowful nuances, peaks and valleys, emotional highs and lows, and this stuff is very unique, and you're going to want to check it out. But the death metal side, like I said, is a little bit more in the vocal department rather than the instrumental department. So yeah, number 11, Svartheart, Emptiness Filling the Void. Coming in at number 10, Diadem with He Who Claims to Be, released in 2020 on Darker Realms record. Sludge metal from Belgium. Yes, folks, I couldn't believe it either. This has a very unique sound that is all his own. Yes, it's sludge metal, but he's also got some very interesting experimental elements going on here. Reminds me of Acid Bath, I Hate God, Down, all that southern New Orleans sludge that we all love. Crowbar, you can even hear a bit of Crowbar in here. and a very convicted record, a very dark, misanthropic feel on this, and lyrically it's one of the most complex albums of 2020 in my opinion, and an absolute gem. Number 10, Diadem, He Who Claims to Be, gets number 10. Coming in at number 9, Evil Invaders with Feed Me Violence, released in 2017 on Napalm Records. Thrash speed metal. This is part of the new wave of thrash metal. This is some of the best fucking thrash I've heard in a long time, but it has that old school approach and a bit of a dirtier production. And I really enjoy this album because of the political overtones, but also because of how incredibly authentic the instrumentation feels. Nothing feels forced or like it's just there as filler. Every track on this album had me wanting to come back for more, and it's an absolute fucking classic. Evil Invaders, Feed Me Violence, gets number 9. Make sure you check it out. Coming in at number 8, an absolute heavy metal classic with Crossfire, See You in Hell, released in 1983 on Mausoleum Records. Heavy speed metal, so it's got that heavy metal framework of bands like Iron Maiden, Judas Priest, Dio, Black Sabbath, but it has the speed metal in there. And if you haven't heard of Crossfire, they're one of the most legendary bands to come out of Belgium. And this is some of the best traditional heavy metal I've heard with those speed metal elements. It's fucking incredible, man. Crossfire deserves all the praise and respect. Make sure you check them out. Crossfire, See You in Hell, gets number 8. Coming in at number 7, we have Horacle with Dead Eyes Revelations, released in 2015 independently. It's part of that new wave of traditional heavy metal. Horacles, just like Evil Invaders, they have that young, youthful, passionate energy to rage against society and talk about how much they hate politics, but also to deliver a very visceral listening experience that has some really good highs and great peaks and valleys. It's got some amazing upbeat nuances, but it's also balls to the wall, in your face fucking thrash metal that's not afraid to speak out against the things that they find to be disproportionate and to be that they disapprove of in society and that they hate. So yeah, this is an amazing album. Horacle, Dead Eyes Revelations, gets number 7. Coming in at number 6, Astre Macabre with Peste Mortalis, released 2007 independently. This is raw black metal. This is pure hatred. It's darkness, it's coldness, it's isolation, it's fucking psychotic, a psychotic breakdown. And this is some really, really obscure stuff, and it's very dark and cold. It's going to make you feel everything that he's conveying, and it's one of the best Belgium has to offer in the black metal vein. So if you're not a raw black metal fan, you're probably not going to like this. Astre Macabre, Pestis Mortalis, gets number 6. Coming in at number 5, Enthroned, Prophecies of Pagan Fire. That's what's playing in the background, both musically and on the screen. Enthroned's one of those bands that really fucking captivated me when I saw them live at Balkan. This band, criminally underrated. Yes, a lot of people love Enthroned, but I don't think enough people recognize the absolute benchmarking and groundbreaking album that is Prophecies of Pagan Fire. This literally sounds evil, and there's no other way to describe it. This is pure evil. This is real, honest, pagan black metal, and these guys know how to do it right. Their shows are fucking incredible, and Enthroned is one of the best bands to come out of Belgium. Prophecies of Pagan Fire. You guys know what it is. If you know Enthroned, you know what to expect. Released in 95 on Evil Omen Records. It's a black metal band. Obviously, make sure you check it out. You will not regret it. Coming in at number 4, Endless Sorrow with Hopeless, released in 2010 on Self-Mutilation Services. This is obviously DSBM. Very unique for what it is, and Belgium has some great depressive black metal bands, but not a very extensive catalog in that particular vein. A lot of the Belgian stuff is more raw black metal, but depressive themes. This is pure, just straight up suicidal black metal, and it's cold, hopeless, isolated, dark, cavernous, and absolutely downright fucking misanthropic. Endless Sorrow, Hopeless, gets number 4. Coming in at number 3, Moord with Negativum 1, released in 2007 on Wolf's Vor Records. Raw, depressive black metal. Best way I can describe it, very misanthropic, unorthodox, not concerned about impressing anybody. This is as primitive as it fucking gets, and it's only going to be for a select audience like myself or other black metal freaks that know what to expect with this type of art. And it's not going to satisfy people that love death and thrash metal or the new wave of traditional metal or anything like that. This is for devoted people to this style of music, and you're not going to like it if you don't like raw black metal. But yeah, Moord's Negativum 1 has something very unique to offer here, and it's definitely some of the most mentally insane music I've heard from a very tortured, hateful individual. Moord's Negativum gets number 3. Coming in at number 2, Verloren with In Zelvend Onmin, released in 2006 on Go to Warx Records. Raw black metal with a lot of misanthropy, suicidal nihilism, very cold atmosphere, very dark atmosphere, and something that is going to keep you coming back, because Belgian's black metal sounds very unique. And one thing I'm finding about a lot of these European countries is black metal seems to be the art that most people go for. Yeah, there's a doom metal scene, there's a death metal scene, but the black metal scene in Belgium is fucking massive, and this band is no exception. So if you want to hear some really sick, raw, hateful black metal, check out Verloren's In Zelvend Omnin gets number 2. Coming in at number 1, Plague with Visions of the Twilight, released in 2003 independently. This also has a member of Enthroned in the band. There's 3 members to this band. This is raw black metal fucking misanthropy. It's cold, dark, primitive, no regard for complexity or creating melodic hooks or nuances or any type of actual structuring. This is as compositional and as natural as black metal can get, and you're going to love this if you love raw black metal. It's one of the most authentic dark black metal albums I've heard to come out of Belgium, and I've been a fan of Plague for a long fucking time. Still trying to find this cassette. Very obscure, limited to 100 copies, so if you can find it or you know where I can get a copy, please let me know. Plague, Visions of the Twilight gets number 1. So there you have it, guys. Another top 15 in the books here on Music of Destruction. I hope you guys enjoyed tonight's premiere. If you're new to the channel, subscribe, turn on the bell, select all so you don't miss any notifications when I post new content. Follow me over on Twitter and Instagram, Music of Destruction. Teespring store for official MOD merch is open. teespring.com/music-of-destruction. If you want to support the channel through Patreon, get access to exclusive podcasts, go to patreon.com/music of destruction to see episode 31, History of Thrash, Metal Part 1 up on the page now. Part 2 coming up this weekend. Going to get that done for you guys. Your support, helping keeping the channel going, helps me keep producing good content. We're also working on our new channel reviews, On the Run movie and game reviews. We're also out filming an amateur horror film right now. We got a lot of exciting stuff coming up on the new channel with myself and Colton James. Let's check out a promo he made recently of what you can expect on the new channel.
Notice that the walls of the theater are painted in black.
Something? He's been
Sorry,
here.
guys.
How do you know?
Looks like I lost him. There's no sign of him anywhere.
Excuse me, Doc.
And we are back. Thank you for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, share the video. Have an awesome night. We will see you for Metal Album Warfare Fridays. Cheers, everybody.